Hey there. Welcome to Discover the Divine You. My name is Kimberly Nicole. Right now I'm on a journey to figure out who the real Kimberly Nicole is, who I was divinely created to be. So I created this podcast in hopes others could benefit from what I'm learning and the different ways I'm connecting with a higher power. I created this space for honest conversations about healing, creativity, spiritual growth, and learning to reconnect with myself while living presently in my life. I'm a mom of 3. I have a job. I'm in 12-step recovery. Real life happens every day. So this is a space of no pressure, no expectations, no perfection, just progress. A journey towards finding peace, clarity, and connection to something bigger than ourselves, going from chaos to calm. So here we go. I'm so glad you're here to take this journey with me. Let's get creative. Episode 9, Hope is Dumb. Hey, welcome back. What day is this in our 90 and 94? 4. We're doing good, friends. I'm feeling good about that. Okay. 4th day of our 90 days together. And who knows, maybe I'll make this an everyday situation instead of a once a week situation if I fall in love with it. Or if you guys get sick of my face, or my voice, whatever. Don't let me know. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Okay, so the last couple of days we've talked about kind of hard things. Powerlessness, surrender was the other one, unmanageability. Those are hard things. Today we're going to talk about hope, which depending on who you talk to could also be a hard thing. For me, it was a difficult thing to find hope. My nose is driving me nuts. Sorry. Okay, let's just relax, Kimberly. Just take it down a notch. Okay. By the way, I don't think I even introduced myself. I'm Kimberly Nicole. If you don't already know me, welcome to Discover the Divine You podcast, where we talk about recovery and healing and life and struggles. And today we're talking about hope. Hope for me has been many things in the past. Sometimes it's been a person. Sometimes it's been a place. Sometimes it's been a thing. Sometimes it's been a dream that I've longed for. Sometimes it's been a job. Sometimes it's been, songs give me hope. My kids give me hope. But today, my higher power is my source of hope. All those other things are amazing and great in different times of my life. But I know now that all those things being sources of hope for me also came from my higher power. All good things, as Olaf would say, right? So, also, I just want to acknowledge my 90s vibe today. I am kind of totally in love with it. I feel like there's so much to say about hope. For me, it was a very uncomfortable sensation, feeling hope. I kind of thought hope was dumb and you were an idiot if you had hope, because then you just set yourself up to be completely devastated or disappointed or hurt. So I found that having less hope was safer because my cute little primitive brain wanted to protect me, which I appreciate in many ways, but also it kept me from really enjoying peace and happiness and joy. I find even still today, when life is going great, it's this is weird, this is uncomfortable, I don't really know what to do with this. So let's ruin it so that we go back to feeling chaos and insanity and whatever. But then I'm like, oh no, we don't want to do that. We like where we are. We love this uncomfortable feeling that we get when we're sitting with hope, because eventually that uncomfortable feeling is going to go away. The more we sit with hope, the more we embrace hope and don't judge hope, but acknowledge it, the less uncomfortable it is, right? So the only way out is through. So we're moving through. Hope is a hard one for me right now in this, being in recovery for 7 years already, and being in my like healing journey for 10, at least 10, I still have a hard time with hope. And I have coaches that coach me through that, and my therapist, who's amazing and I absolutely love because she tells me hard things. I remember, I'm going to tell you a funny story about my therapist. I remember one of the first times I went to see her, maybe the second time ever that I went to see her, she told me something that made me so angry. I literally like crossed my arms and sat back and was like, I effing hate you. And then I sat up and I said, I'll see you again next week. Because what she said was true. And I just didn't want to hear it because I didn't want it to be in my control to fix something or heal something. I wanted it to be other people's responsibilities, right? So she has really helped me be okay with being hopeful for things. And she's like, you're okay. Things are going well. Don't live in the future, right? And I don't know if I've said this to you before because I speak on this platform and a lot of other ones, but pain is in the past, fear is in the future, and peace is in the present. So where does hope fit? It's a really good question. Let's dig a little deeper into that, shall we? So for me, in my opinion, hope lives in between the peace in the present and the fear in the future. So it's more closer to the present, in my opinion, because hope can really get you very far sometimes, especially in desperate situations that don't look so good, and they could be very scary. Like, for instance, we have been in a lot of financial instability, stressful, scary situations before in the past. Many, many times. And so many times that I got used to it and it became very normal for our situation to be dire, and that felt comfortable. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel safe, but it felt comfortable. It felt familiar. I knew how to handle all the emotions that came along with it. However, the hope of getting to a better place has really helped me feel like we don't have to be in this terrible financial situation forever. So my thought process on the hope is still like, come on, you're an idiot. If you are hopeful about this, then you're just going to be disappointed when it doesn't work out, sweet girl. And instead of shoving that thought way, way, way down and ignoring it, I'm just going to go, maybe. I'm going to get a little bit curious. I'm going to talk to you for a second, right? I watched this guy who, I can't remember his name, but he named his brain Becky, and he would talk to her and he would say, Becky, I don't know about that thought. I mean, it's possible that what I'm hoping for isn't going to happen. But that negative thought isn't really serving us. It's not helping us. It's making me feel bad, and I don't want to feel bad. So I think it's really important to talk to that part of my brain and just, get curious. Like Ted Lasso says, don't be judgmental, be curious. And I know he's not the original one that said it, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, hope can get us through that really that really uncomfortable part. I can't even talk sometimes, and it's okay. I love myself anyway. Bless my sweetheart. So the hope can get us from peace in the present through that little uncomfortable bit till future becomes present, right? And maybe that's a bunch of baloney and it doesn't make any sense to you, and that's okay. But that's how it works in my brain and in my recovery. that it's okay to have hope, that hope brings me joy. And guess what? I was hopeful so many years ago that one day I would have a successful business, and that I would own a home, and that I would have 3 beautiful, healthy children, and that I would be married and actually love my husband. And almost all of those things are true. And that's pretty amazing. And some of them are going to be true soon because I'm hopeful. And even if they don't work out the way I wanted them to, they are rigged in my favor. That's what my coach says to me, and that's what I am telling you because I believe it. I believe that everything is rigged in my favor. So it doesn't mean it's all going to work out the way I planned, but it will all work out for my good. And if I choose to let it and surrender and admit I'm powerless, right? Like we've talked about in the last couple of days, because that's really important for hope to even be able to work and to bring us that joy and peace. We have to be able to surrender and let go of the outcome and just like be like, yo, whatever it is, whatever comes to pass, I'm going to be proud of myself for doing this new, scary, hard thing and feeling hope. And, you know, if I'm being honest, it feels really good. It feels really good. And talking to those negative thoughts that come in my head and just acknowledging them and giving them what they need to be seen, heard, and held, which I've heard from another coach. So many good things out there, you guys. So many. And I am hopeful that we will all get to hear those positive things that are right for us, that will help us get to where we need to be so that we can feel happy, joyous, and free, like they say in the 12 steps. And with that, I think I'll leave it there. And I will just tell you that my hope for you is that you find peace and joy, and that you do something creative for yourself today and just choose to have hope in whatever brings you joy. And I will see you tomorrow until we create again. Bye. Hey, thanks so much for being here today. You're my favorite. I'm so glad you came. I know life is busy, so I really do appreciate the time you're taking to do some self-care and hang out with me for a little bit. If something that we talked about today resonated with you and you want to dig a little deeper, I put together a 5-minute creative reset guide called Chaos to Calm that you can access in the show's description. And I would be so grateful if you'd subscribe and share this podcast with someone out there that you think could benefit from what we're creating here together. Also, remember, I am just sharing my experience, strength, and hope as I understand it here. So if bigger emotions come up, please take care of yourself and reach out to a licensed professional or someone that you trust for support. You are not alone in this. So until we create together again, please be kind to yourself and do something creative because you deserve it.